following weeks. Hard to tell how much Empire's situating, but one thing was certain. Changes were happening. With the death of their ringleaders, the Imperial Liberation Front's campaign of terror was finally over. And in recognition of our actions in Ruhr and at Corellia Fortress, all of us in Class 7 were invited to Valflame Palace. There, we were granted the honor of an audience with His Majesty the Emperor, Eugene III, along with Priscilla, the mother of Princess Crown Prince Cedric. No sooner had thanked than we face to face with the leaders of the factions that division. Four great who ruled their vassals with absolute authority. Chancellor and his close ally Governor Red, who brought arms to Heimdall, expanded the rail. Both sides offer us word praise, quickly turned to criticize each role in the crisis. Eventually, His Majesty was forced to step in and rebuke sides, really discussed here. As it stood, the terrorists' defeat made cult for their supporters and noble faction act openly. Crossbell's pendants was over there to keep the reformists busy. With both sides up, it looked like the Empire was in for a long respite from its perpetual conflict. We'd fought in all the details for our concert performed out. And Elliot announced that Wing 2 song, a duet between Machias and Eustace, then a Sama. To no one's, all three quick to raise a, but after Crow and Elliot expresses and how their master plan would win audience, of the class was on board, leaving our new vocalists to design themselves the inevitable. Unfortunately, with the good times came some news as well. It turned out that Marquis was furious at Angelica for her part in it at the mine. The result? She was forced to leave the academy. Contrary to the official statement, her withdrawal was to be permanent. Before she left, she asked me if I'd look after the orbital bike for her. At first, I didn't want to. It felt like I'd be accepting that she'd be gone. But after thinking it over, I finally agreed. With so much going on, we decided to take Prince Oliver up on his proposal of a brief vacation north in Ymir. It proved to be quite a trip. It really drove home just how much we'd been to each other. I tell you all, and we'd be here for hours. Maybe an... Anyway.
Could I have your attention, please? It's another great day. Perfect weather to start bringing all your great festival ideas to life. Some of you have been preparing since last month, and some even longer. I know you're all itching to get started. So without further ado, I hereby declare the first day of festival preparation begun. Time to start setting up? We have today and tomorrow. But try not to leave any work until tomorrow night unless you really have to. All right, everyone, let's do this, and stay safe out there.
I want to thank you all for the effort you've put in over these last 2 weeks, everyone. Well, at least things have really come together now. It's been an exhausting 2 weeks, though. You said it. I don't think I realized how much work this would involve. No, it's a merciless taskmaster when it comes to music. It's like he unleashes the beast within. So I just really want this performance to be the best it can be. Don't worry about it. Given the short time we had to prepare, I shudder to think what our band would sound like without your guidance. Yeah, I'm sure it'll sound great. Well, the songs are coming together quite nicely, I admit. We aren't just going to do that, are we? Come on, give it up already! And the song is really sounding great. Agreed. I'm sure it'll be quite the sight on stage once you're in your outfit. Boys be all under your spell. Guys, it's not the kind of pressure I need right now. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by Machias and Eustace. Who knew they work so well, work so perfectly together? And to think, at the outset I doubted they'd actually had it in them to actually cooperate. Yep, now look at them, crooning together in perfect harmony. That's the worst part! Speak for yourself, I've never felt so humiliated in my life. Sounds like you're all having a gosh darn good time. I always hate to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know that the principal's given you permission to use the old schoolhouse. Feel free to use it for rehearsal or whatever you need all the way through the end of tomorrow. Really? That's a weight off our shoulders. There's only so much of our performance we can practice in the music room's limited space. And Class 1's been hogging the auditorium all to themselves. Well, considering they're performing an operetta, I'm not really sure where else they could practice. First floor of an old schoolhouse should make a fine makeshift auditorium as far as our practice needs go. Giving out that stage area, what more could we ask for? It looks like a great solution to me. Every time I step through those doors, I'm always reminded of our first day of school. First of many deceptions by a certain instructor. I'm afraid the statute of limitations has expired on that one. You know, a little bird told me two people who might be in this room right now had a rather intimate experience that day. Ooh, tell me! Well, it's nothing worth mentioning. I don't know about that anyway. Well, shall we go our separate ways for today then? Yeah, costumes should be coming in this evening, so I think we're fine spending today helping up with the setup and decorations. Might as well pitch in while we can. I'm guessing tomorrow's schedule has just rehearsal written in every blank. True, it only seems right to spend today helping out our club members. I guess we oughta. We're planning helping on Thor with any last-minute student council stuff, Rian. Yeah, student council's been totally swamped the last few days, so I'd figure I'd lend them a hand. I was thinking of looking in on the old schoolhouse while I was out making the rounds, too. Helpful, even though we'll just be using the first floor. Should make sure nothing is shifted around in there. If you guys gonna make a sweep of the place, just wing me on my Arcus. I'd be happy to tag along. Yeah, thanks. Sounds like you got a lot on your plates. All I can say is, good luck. I'll probably patrol on the campus, so just let me know if anything happens. I'll give you guys a call when the costumes come in. We want to at least try those on today to make sure they all fit. If you wouldn't mind taking care of this stuff for me, I'd really appreciate it. No problem. Glad to help out. And we got our student council test. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time, it seems we've seen the end of the Imperial Liberation Front. And this time, we've got, well, some festival prep. Figured they'd probably all be related to the festival in some way. Shops and Trester do seem pretty keen on helping out though. That's nice of them. Yeah, they do every year. The radio station is even doing a little something for us too. Alright, see what I can do to keep the ball rolling in town then. It'd be a big help. Oh, remember not to neglect your concert practice, okay? Kirsten told me all about it. Sounds like you guys are really pulling out all the stops. That's the idea, yeah, but we haven't started group rehearsals yet. Most of us have family coming in to watch those, so for better or worse, we're gonna give it all we got. By the way, do you think Angelica will be able to make it? Well... Sorry, I guess it's not looking too hopeful, huh? I just don't know. I've tried calling Marcus's household, but they won't even let me talk to her. But still, this is Angie. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Don't worry, Angie would never break a promise. Besides, you guys are all here, Crow's here, George is here. I'm sure she'll be here too. That's why I need to make this festival a big success. I want Angie to forget the bad times for a little while and have fun. And now your council will be a part of that too. When you put it like that, I only do whatever I can to make it a good time for her. Besides, as your follow-up act, we'd look bad if they weren't cheering for us just as loud, or something like that. I forgot to actually read that. Can't wait to see what you guys have in store. Tower! Sorry to butt in, but looks like some of the materials we ordered are gonna be here late. If we don't do so, it's gonna throw a hitch in our preparations. Okay, I'll take another look at the schedule and see if we can rearrange things a bit. Sorry, but it looks like duty calls. Good luck preparing for your concert. Thanks. Well, no sense in just standing around here. We've got a lot to do, and less time than I'd like to do it. Outfits are gonna show up this evening too. I'll have to try to get them, get as much as I can finished up before then. Yeah, we do indeed have a lot to do. This is the most different that the school grounds will look, because, well, you got everyone around. They're preparing for the festival. You got people doing just about everything everywhere. In addition, you can see there's no bond points. You don't have anything because everyone's busy right now. However, that also includes us. We are very busy with things as well. Lots and lots of miscellaneous things to do. First stop is the engineering building. We'll talk to the principal, vice principal later. We're gonna do quests. We're gonna be spending just miscellaneous stuff for at least this part, maybe even a few parts. Hey there, what's up? Something happened to your instruments? Just bring by them, fix them right up. Just fine right now. Thanks for the offer, though. That reminds me, you made all of them yourself, didn't you? Stuff like this just reminds me how amazing you really are. Ah, it's nothing. I just modified some instruments I had on hand already. Especially compared to the Orbital bike, which I pretty much built from scratch. For real? That was all you? Well, the base came from the Rear Institute of Technology since they were doing some research on it. But while I was modifying and tuning it, it caught Angie's eye. He's the one who asked me to make sure I completed it even. And we picked the parts for it too. So I couldn't really say I built the whole thing on my own. I see. I was pretty torn up about Angelica's absence too. Excuse me. George, the machine we're using for the Mishy Panic isn't working right. Come take a look at it? No problem, it'll be right there. Like you're gonna be pretty busy for a while. I better get back to work myself. That's good, just remember to stop by if you need anything. And right away, we do need something, because we have one more Master Quartz. Murakamo! It's very expensive. Murakamo, we could see on there that it did a little bit in terms of... yeah. So we have lots of accuracy, lots of chance to do critical damage, which is quite nice. It doesn't give us any arts, however, it does make up for being very good with its stats. We're very close to the end of getting just about every Master Quartz. However, just like with the character notes, we can't actually achieve every Master Quartz in one playthrough. Bit annoying, but oh well. I will be going through on a New Game Plus on my own time, don't worry. Mainly to record all the Bond conversations, also finish up everything, just go like a look over of what there is. Last reading book, the Ride for Goop, past to present. And get that updated in our book notes. Our next stop is Keen's Bookstore, which we are just going to turbo mode over. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff for us to do. And I do mean a lot. This is where, I mean, hey, this is basically one of our last free days. So, actually, I believe this is actually our last traditional free day at that. Go with Philosophy of Blade, and buy another issue of the Imperial Chronicles. And yes, we do have lots and lots of U materials. And yeah, we already have all of those checked in. We have all of those checked in. And where's the... did I miss it? I probably missed it. There we go. The Philosophy of Blade. I assume this is for Crow? Yeah, it's for Crow. At the end of last part, we got a lot of Link experience, as well as a lot of things. Hopefully I do remember to edit them on the screen right now, because among them, we got Emblem. We can actually see what it does. This is, of course, the one that Angie used. We got that for reaching rank A1. It has some very nice stats to it. In addition, it's low HP increases your received decreases your received damage. It's very nice, and it also increases the item drop rate. Pretty good for grinding up if you want some cash. However, not really all too necessary. But it's still very nice to have. Our next stop is the lower class dorms, which is over here, where we have Celine. So happy. Maybe I'll bring her more some others. Probably gonna give us another Zerum powder? Which one's better? I think it's the capsule. Yeah, probably gonna give us another Zerum capsule. I'm actually very surprised with how well I did in that sea fight at the very end, just because of... That is a very difficult fight. I mean, he has some insane stats, and that, if you don't have your, if you don't have adamantine shields, he can very easily one-shot your entire party. Our next stop is... Oh. I'm still just reading through my notes to see where everything is, because again, we do have a lot to take care of with this. Heading up into the main building, we are heading to the second floor. And I don't know exactly where he is, but there is someone that we do need to talk to over here. Is it you, Casper? I want to serve some green tea ice cream, so I went all the way to Heimdall to get some recipes. Tell you what, how about I teach you one too? And get the recipe for mixed gelato. It is gelato. Yeah, it's whatever. We're very close to the end of our recipes as well. At this point, you can also go and talk to each of the instructors if you have not already received all of those medals. So, you know, the, Compassion, Friendship, and Diligence? What were they called again? Not Fortitude. Discipline. Was that even one of them? These three. Yeah. The Valor, Friendship, and Compassion. At this point, you can talk to the different instructors to receive those. Next up, into the... Is it the... Okay. We want to head into the principal's office next, and talk to the principal himself. Oh, Schwarzer, even though you're still a first year, I see you've already been awarded 3 of the 4 Lionheart medals. Simply outstanding. We only see students of your caliber once every 10 years, and that's if we're lucky. I really haven't done anything worth commending on my own, though. So many people have guided me along my way. My classmates, Instructor Sarah, President Toan, the second years. Without all of them, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything. I'm glad to see that you recognize that. I've had the pleasure of watching over all of you and witnessing your achievements for the past half year now. I can confidently say that you've all grown superbly, both in body and in mind. Some might say it's a little hasty, but I believe the time is right. Does this mean? Indeed. I hereby award you the final Lionheart Medal as a symbol of your achievements here at Thor's, the Medal of Heroism. In addition, I want to give you a present of my own. One of these is used by Sarah, and the other by Neidhart. Choose whichever you prefer. And yes, we get the Master Quartz of either Sarah or Neidhart. I just actually need to check what they do, because we will not be able to get both of these in one playthrough. So I am just going to make sure of what they actually all do. Let me just actually find them first on my notes, because I do have things just kind of cluttered all over the place. And we do have a few more Master Quartz that we will be able to get in the near future. The first one, I believe this... So the one that we get for Sarah is the one that is Thor's. Right. I think this is the right one. Yeah. Pretty sure it's the right one. Well, let me actually double check. Yes. Okay, no, is this what? I don't remember which one. Let me actually just double check. Let me just cut away. Alright, so, the one that Sarah uses, this will give us the Master Court of Thor. Which, with this one, we will get HP restoration equal to about 30% of the damage dealt, and EP restoration. This is very good. Also gives some evade rate once you reach level 5. Again, Thor is an amazing one. This one, it can very much keep you alive. As for the one Neidhart uses, Neidhart has Chevalier, which increases your physical damage dealt as your HP decreases. So kind of a glass cannon version of Emblem. In addition, it can also attract enemies. So it's good for tanking because it can also bring enemies to you very often. This one's good for it can be good for Machias because he is the most tanky out of everyone. In addition, it can also increase your strength and defense when you're at low health. I'm gonna take the one that Sarah uses. Thank you, sir. It's a true honor to receive this. The medal signifies that its bearer is a true hero. Don't sully that by resting on your laurels now. I can't imagine you would, though. I have high hopes for what Class 7 will accomplish from here on out. Not sure if I'll be able to measure up to your expectations, but together, we'll do everything in our power to try. That's reassuring. I see great things to come out of every last one of you. And we get the Heart of a Lion achievement for getting the Medal of Heroism. Yeah, Thor is fantastic. I love Thor so much. Who do I even want that on? I could be convinced to give that to Laura. It does drop her strength by a little bit, but not even by all that much. I'm gonna give it to Laura. But next time, we will be going on and continuing, because we still have some other things to take care of. So until then, see you guys later.